5 of 6 events have run their course in the 2015 Canadian Rally Championship. The driver's title has already fallen to Antoine Lestage. Alan Ockwell has taken home the co-driver's trophy. And Subaru has collected the manufacturer's championship. But that doesn't mean this season's story is over. Far from it. In Bancroft, Ontario, the most demanding roads in the series await the final showdown. Some teams want to add to their accolades. Others are looking to get their season back on the rails. The locals plan to defend their home turf. Some want to find success in a new sport, and others look to add an exclamation mark to the end of a career. The Rally of the Tall Pines has earned the respect of all those who have dared to conquer it, and it will demand the same this weekend. Bancroft, Ontario. Once again, the final stop on the Canadian Rally Championship. While fans file into the stages, the cars are lined up to start the event.
Final rally of the year, Tall Pines Rally. As usual, it's pretty cold this morning, but here we are, very excited.
Even with the championship locked up, Subaru is still here to win.
I want to enjoy myself. It's Alan's 100th start as in a performance rally as a co-driver, so we want to have a good rhythm and give a good show, and hopefully it will be enough.
The teams are happy to see dry weather, because yesterday was dismal. Heavy rain saturated the dirt roads, with temperature levels dropping well below freezing overnight. Fortunately, the clouds have cleared for the 29 teams here this weekend. They will tackle 17 stages and 194 kilometers of gravel all in a single day. This weekend, mountain bike star Brandon Semenuk with co-driver John Hall are running a second Rocket Rally prepared Subaru.
John's got like 5 years experience at this rally, so it's a lot of help for me knowing that like when we're doing recce, he knows the roads already and he's familiar with the gotchas, and good to have someone experienced next to me. It's confident.
American competitor Nick Roberts is hoping for redemption.
Rocky Mountain, we had some bad luck. Just glad to have that one behind us, and we're excited to be here. I've always wanted to come to Tall Pines. Back home, you probably have one jump for an entire event. Here you've got at least 10 big jumps and probably 30 small jumps for each stage. It'll be a little bit different, but I'm excited about it. It should be a fun event.
The local, Jeremy Norris, knows these roads well.
It's my favorite event on the calendar, actually. Probably the toughest event, too, that I feel that way. But I think we've got a good hold on the pace notes, so I'm hoping that'll pay off.
Lined up behind are veterans with decades of experience. Local favourites who have won here before, and Westerners coming off their first podium finish, all with a hunger for another top 3, or better. The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru Canada, confidence in motion, and supported by Yokohama Tire Canada. With the opening ceremony behind them, the champions enter stage 1.
3, 2, 1.
Lestage and Ockwell have a love-hate relationship with this event. Both have seen their share of victory and gut-wrenching defeat here. But with nothing to lose at this event, they're taking the opportunity to test an aggressive new engine package. While the first team tests their mettle, the second tests their notes.
Go. Right 5 over crest and right 5 short into left 4 plus.
After 2 crashes at their first Canadian event a month ago, Roberts and Burns are easing into this event with caution. If things go smoothly, they'll turn up the dial later. On the line, a few final thoughts for Semenuk and Hall. While this might be Brandon's first national event out east, he's no stranger to rally.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
He's been getting his feet wet on the Western Regional Circuit. The skills honed on the mountain bike may also help in his transition to rally. An ability to read the road ahead and understanding the effects of weight transfer might play a role in Semenuk's quick development. Chris Martin could be considered a tall pine specialist. He's the type of driver that does few events but is out sniping for those victories. He won here in 2013 and should be considered a threat to repeat that again this weekend. Fellow Ontarian Jeremy Norris will tell you that the leaderboard often sees big changes late in the day after night falls. Sometimes the best plan isn't to be leading, but to sit back and be patient. The king of patience must certainly be Sylvain Vincent. With over 30 years behind the wheel, he's racked up countless podiums and has earned the Grandmaster title. But he has never won a national rally outright. He has announced that this event will be his last, moving aside to let his son Simon take the wheel. In two-wheel drive, Simon Dubé is consistently the man to beat. Event after event, he pushes his 25-year-old Golf onto the podium. Dubé does not have the luxury of power, so his talent lies in maximizing corner speed and carrying momentum. As usual, he's in the lead early. Back at the top, Lestage and Ockwell are in trouble. The red warning lights on the dash indicate a major problem. So does the smoke. They finish the stage, but that'll be the end. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Low oil pressure. You can hear how it sounds.
Yeah, it sounds.
Lestage's retirement hands the lead to Sylvain Vincent, just 3 seconds ahead of Chris Martin, who's just ahead of Jeremy Norris. Nick Roberts rounds out the top 6, behind Djordjevic and Lozier. Semenuk sits 7th, while Simon Dubé leads two-wheel drive in an impressive 8th overall.
Unfortunately, the rally is over for us. We were trying new things this weekend. It was the perfect opportunity to try new things to prepare next year. Overall, we had a very good season. I'm really happy with the first year with Subaru Canada and the Rocket Rally guys. These things happen, but we'll get back stronger for 2016.
Teams have arrived at the first service of the Rally of the Tall Pines to the news of Subaru Rally Team Canada's retirement.
So it's just too bad. It's sad to see him out. I mean, he's obviously got a lot of experience and a lot of expertise, so it's been fun to see what he could do today. But I'm telling the guys not even let me know times because we're just out here having fun.
First stage, I can't imagine being that good. Like second corner, just car spun on us. Car just kind of felt a little drifty. So we're just making some changes because I didn't get to drive it and set it up before this. So, I mean, I'm in the mix, but there's definitely some time to make up that I lost in the first stage.
The Vincents arrive in first place and are pleased with the grip level on the stages.
It's pretty sticky. It's surprising. I didn't thought it would be that sticky, but you have to. Some corners sometimes that seem to have a good grip and doesn't. So you have to really read the route.
Take it off. The cold yesterday seemed to firm up the roads a little bit. There's not much slippy bits. We got to get through the next loop and then the loop after, and then we'll think about where we're at. Felt good, nice and smooth. We'll try and turn it up a little bit on these ones.
Jeremy Norris is third, but is dealing with some technical issues that will be difficult to fix in the allotted 20 minutes. Third is an outstanding place for him this early in the event. Same goes for Dubé, who is first in two-wheel drive and 8th overall.
We were flat out in the first loop, and so lots of fun. The road are good. Seems to it froze last night, so it seems to be good for us. Like there's about no water, so we can push and have lots of fun. Yeah.
The next loop of stages represents 46 kilometers. Now that the teams have seen the roads, some should feel more confident with the conditions and step up the pace. The exception might be the Vincents. They don't believe in watching their competition and run the rally at their speed to get the car to the finish. But you have to wonder if being in the lead weighs into that strategy, or if Sylvain's experience is enough to keep him grounded. Whatever the strategy, Sylvain's style keeps the car composed through the Tate Farm spectator zone. Chris Martin and Brian Johnson are in second, just 3 seconds behind Vincent. That kind of gap is tempting to try and overcome, but Chris is playing a longer game. He'll hold pace with Vincent, losing just a few seconds on each stage in the loop. Nick Roberts drove the first stages very cautiously, which has him down in 7th after 4 stages. So cautiously, in fact, that his team manager has reported he's used just half the fuel expected in the first 2 loops. He's still learning to trust his pace notes before stepping up the speed, but by the end of this leg, Roberts has climbed to 6th. Many teams have opted to step up their pace now, some more successfully than others. Brandon Semenuk should be classed in the successful category. With some setup changes to the car, he's more comfortable with the car and is driving with more confidence. After 3 stages, he's climbed from 8th to an impressive 3rd overall.
This is right 5, up half long, crest.
Brandon's pace is on point, as is Norris's. Jeremy took a 2-minute penalty for leaving service late after repairs, and he's at full attack to make up time. He's climbed from 9th to 7th already. In two-wheel drive, Dubé's dominance continues, and he's spending more time fighting the all-wheel drive competitors for position. As the top cars have stepped up their pace, he's fallen to 9th, but he's still a minute and a half clear of the second-place team of Martin Walter and Ferdinand Trautmannsdorf. With 7 stages complete, teams head back to service before the longest leg of the event. This is where the rally goes from tough to brutal after the break.
Imagine taking on the same Yokohama Tire technology that helps racers dominate the worst winter conditions around the world and optimizing it to help drivers take on Canadian winters with a tread that provides trust and control against extreme winter roads. Our new IceGuard line is formed from an advanced water-absorbing compound for optimal grip. Don't just stand up to Canadian winter, conquer it with the all-new eco-friendly IceGuard IG52C by Yokohama.
The safe bet coming into this event would have put money on Subaru Rally Team Canada. But with mechanical failures leaving them sidelined, all bets are off. The father-son team of Sylvain and Simon Vincent have taken the lead, insisting they're just running their own race and not looking back. With the majority of stage miles still to come, many teams are eyeing a possible win, a big temptation when the gaps are this close. But they'll have to take some risks in order to make the move. Chris Martin is only 21 seconds behind Vincent, and less than 2 minutes separate the next 4 drivers, led by Brandon Semenuk. And the hard-charging Norris trying to claw back time to make up for his 2-minute penalty. Nobody has a comfortable advantage on the leaderboard. A flat tyre could change everything. And with many teams just starting to hit their stride, you have to wonder what the next 65 kilometers of stages will bring. Sitting in second, Chris Martin has been here before. Any mishaps ahead of him and he'll inherit the lead. Tall pines can be brutal like that. It is usually the most resilient team that wins here, not the fastest. He keeps it smooth and steady in the middle of the road. Behind him, Brandon Semenuk and John Hull are gelling nicely and now find themselves in a podium spot. Brandon is a minute behind Chris Martin and setting comparable times. He's used to jumping a bike. Turns out he's not shy of jumping a car either. Boris Djordjevic sits in 5th and has done so for the majority of the rally. He sets good times, then struggles with mechanical problems. A string of small issues have prevented him from fighting for the podium, but he's kept it safe and on the road. Nick Roberts has turned up the pace, along with so many of his competitors. But his commitment in the corners has improved, and he's showing signs of his usual self. The nerves have been shaken off, and he's back to a pace he's more accustomed to. But when you're facing the likes of Jeremy Norris, who knows the stages well and is willing to rally at 110%, it's hard to make up ground. Norris has climbed to 5th. Martin Walter is in 2nd place in two-wheel drive. He's completing the final stages in his rally career before taking a hiatus to spend more time with his family. This race isn't about victory for him. He's already won a world of experiences in this sport, and he's happily in 10th overall. Simon Lauzier has quietly run in 4th for a good part of the day, but that will come to an end here. They're clearly suffering from mechanical issues, and the two-wheel drive leader Simon Dubé is in hot pursuit and will pass them when the Lauziers are forced to retire. All day long, Simon Dubé has shown his all-wheel drive competitors how far you can take a car to the limit. But at the very top of the leaderboard still stand Sylvain and Simon Vincent, smooth and steady and growing their lead stage by stage. They now have almost 40 seconds over 2nd place, all this while just running their own pace. That doesn't mean there aren't a few close calls here and there. But the veteran survives to rally another stage and will hold the lead into the final service. The Rally of the Tall Pines is a unique single-day event, and many fans from the Greater Toronto area make their way up to check it out. It is a long day, spanning more than 14 hours into the night, but fans and teams alike can see the fun of it all. With 13 stages complete, the Vincents hold down a 41-second lead over Chris Martin, while Brandon Semenuk is solid in 3rd. Norris is up to 5th with Djordjevic in his crosshairs. The final leg of stages are next, and nothing is a given when we come back. "13 stages are complete at the Rally of the Tall Pines in Bancroft, Ontario. Sylvain Vincent has a 41-second lead over Chris Martin.
It was quite a challenge, where our strategy is always to have a good pace and always the same pace. We're going to keep that same pace in the next few stages to go through them without doing any mistakes.
We're both maintaining and we're having some fun, and I think we're both just having a good run, and he's on it today. So I think we'll maintain some pressure on him, go fast enough to make him know we're there, and if he makes a mistake, we'll try and capitalize on it.
After the last set of stages, I can understand why people say that this rally is just literally down to the wire to the very end. The leaderboard could change like drastically in one stage. So, I mean, everyone gets tired at night, start to lose focus on a long stage, and there's places that things could go wrong. So, just trying to drive consistent and keep a good pace.
Clearly some smart coaching from Brandon's mentor, Pat Richard. The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru Canada. Confidence in motion. The final stages are contested in complete darkness, with the die-hard rally fans braving the cold. And those lucky fans are witnessing a championship-clinching run by the now repeat two-wheel drive champion Simon Dubé. Simon has been unbeatable all day long, winning every stage in the two-wheel drive class. Martin Walter in 2nd never had a chance. Boris Djordjevic and Lynn Murphy have persevered. Despite several niggling problems, they've held on to 5th for most of the day. Unfortunately, in these final stages, it's more of the same. With Boris limping again, Jeremy Norris is chasing him down. Norris has done the unthinkable and has overcome a 2-minute penalty to climb into 4th with some very committed driving. Behind them is the team of Roberts and Burns. Their cautious start hurt them, but their late charge has them in 6th and climbing. A top 5 finish would be the kind of redemption they were looking for. They have plans to return in 2016 and could very well be a podium threat all season long. But today, the leaderboard is about to change. Chris Martin is limping with a flat tyre that has begun to do damage to the brake lines of his Subaru. Meanwhile, Semenuk and Hall are battling their own issues. A foggy windshield has them struggling with visibility, so they have given up the chase.
This is right 4 minus, into slippy left 4, opens.
Further downstage, they catch Martin and inherit 2nd place.
20, left 5 minus, 40, okay, left 4 over crest, continues over 2nd crest, you by 40.
With all the chaos happening behind them, Sylvain and Simon Vincent run a smooth final loop. The Rally of the Tall Pines is never easy, but they've made it appear so. They will cross the finish line to claim Sylvain's first ever national victory on his final event. The emotion of it all has them short on words.
We're very happy. We're pleased. So it was a great battle with Chris Martin. We had a lot of fun. So, great event.
The storybook finish puts the Vincents on top of the leaderboard. Semenuk and Hall in 2nd. Norris completes his comeback to 3rd. Simon Dubé takes the 2-wheel drive win and 6th overall.
Wow! A flawless Alpine, almost champion again, and a good way to finish. I'm happy.
We had some real highs and lows today. I started really well, then we had issues with the car, and then I went out and pushed as hard as I could, and it's paid off. It looks like we've done really well, and yeah, really excited.
Like, I can see why this rally is so challenging, and the last 6 stages of the day was probably the 6 craziest stages I've ever driven. I'm stoked. I mean, first time out east and getting on the podium, new roads, so can't complain.
A relative rookie takes 2nd, and a 30-year career culminates in triumph in its final moments.
Very happy to finish first, and it's the most challenging rally, I think, Tall Pines. It's really a long day and a lot of kilometers of stages. So yeah, I'm very happy to win this rally at the Tall Pines.
The collective Canadian rally community shares this man's joy. Another year in the Canadian Rally Championship comes to an end. 2016 will bring a new year of adversity and accomplishment, and we'll see a 7th event join the championship. The rest of the story will be written on the stages. So we wait patiently for ordinary men and women to do the extraordinary, for champions to reveal themselves. That's why we rally. I'm Neil Cole, and this is the Canadian Rally Championship.